Welcome. Just here having a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Chart. We did see a fairly significant drop on the Friday of last week. On the Monday last night, the Dow Jones actually 12,280, up 70 points. And want you to just have a look at the chart here. And obviously, like I keep saying, it's probably going to be a pretty rocky year, lots of ups and downs, probably towards the end of this year. But there is some pretty interesting things developing. You see here, since about the middle of March, there's been a nice sort of increase in price there on the Dow Jones. You probably remember, the media leaking all this stuff about, how good that the news was and it's recovering, the subprime had finished. Well, now look what's happened since the 1st of May. You've got this sort of slow decreasing channel now. It's called actually a downward channel. And the Dow Jones is actually trading in there pretty nicely. I would expect that to continue the coming weeks, the coming months probably. You will find that there will be lots of news, and I still expect those days where you will have those big 300-point drops and then the next day 200-point increases. It's just how it's working. It's a very volatile market at the moment. You can still actually make money in this sort of a market, but it is fairly hard. In fact, in saying that, there are hedge funds meaning there are funds that actually bet on the market going down and then going back up. Some of those hedge funds are going broke because it's very hard to make money in this sort of a market. And the volatility is, if you have a look from what it's been doing this year to 5 years back, it's out of control. I'm actually very short the major banks here in America, short some of the American banks over there in the US, and that's going pretty well. But it's pretty choppy and changey. So you've got to really have a bit of wits about you, and you've got to be patient because there'll be more of this sort of stuff to come. Myself personally, with my market experience and my trading experience, being a trader of about 7-8 years now, I would expect that this sort of a pattern here will probably continue, and yes, we probably will retest these lows back here in what was that was back in January of this year, and then we had another bit of a sell-off there, and that was back in about the middle of March. So yes, you will probably see a retest of those levels back here at, say, that's about 11,500. So it's probably not going to get there fairly quickly, but you will see that quickly develop and come back down. Once it reaches those levels at 11,500, you'll probably see another bit of a bounce, and then we head up for a little bit as well. But that's just my take on things. You will see a lot of interesting things develop. I think fundamentally too that the news is quite interesting, and one of the most important things, I know over in Australia we've just elected our new Prime Minister. He's not doing too badly at this stage, I guess, but over in America you've got some of the bigger debates going on for the next US president. I think myself personally that Obama is a true winner. He's got enough delegates now to be the next Democrat candidate, and he probably will come through and win. And it has been an interesting time because you've had both Obama and Hillary Clinton running for being the next president, and it's pretty historic because you've had the first woman ever doing it, and you've got the first black man doing it. So it shows you just how things are progressing and how things are changing and how people's thinking is actually changing too. But like I said, Obama is the clear winner here. I'm sure he'll be the next president of the United States. There is a lot of people against him, but I'm sure he will greatly change the nation of America because it's about to go into a pretty rough period. And I'm sure he'll be remembered as being one of the great presidents of the United States. But from what I'm saying today, there's a lot of crossroads, not just for America, but all nations. And I mean that probably from an environmental point of view too. There'll be massive tornadoes and outbreaks and very unusual storms that will occur and will create lots of damage and casualties, unfortunately. America's now gone into summer, and you'll probably expect to see lots of fires and heat waves. And this all ties in with the whole thing where the weather acts out in a violent way and will continue to do so over the coming years. And economically, by the end of this year, you'll see a lot of the analysts out there, even the really high paid ones, the really good ones out there, they'll be starting to use the D word. Yes, depression, because we will go into that we'll go into that period. Even politicians at the moment are lying. They're saying, "Look, this isn't going to happen." But you'll even see some of the high-ranking politicians saying, "Yes, we are now in a depression." We're obviously already in the recession. People had enough. People had a hard enough time saying the R word, recession, that we're actually in one. But the recession that we're in at the moment is worsening and keeping getting and it's getting pretty bad. Like I keep saying, even back in January, I gave mention of that. And once we go into a depression, it will probably last through, yes, 2009 and then into 2010 even. So the worst is far from over. Just try to use your good financial judgment. If you're trading the market, please use a little bit of caution. As I did mention, it's a very volatile situation out there. And you're seeing a lot of people at the moment which are making a big mistake is they're trying to get into business to make big changes and to make big money in business ventures, and it's too late to do that. And you're not going to see those things come into fruition unless you're in a business area where there's a lot of strength. Anyway, just a very short update. I hope you enjoyed the video. We have to keep watching and see what does develop, but I'm pretty sure that Obama's a clear-cut winner for the elections come the end of this year and leading into 2009. He will have a lot on his plate. There's going to be some rough things economically and financial that need to be cleared up, but there's no quick fix solution, as you're already seeing. The Fed can try its tricks, but in the long run, it really is a matter of fixing things longer term and not patching them up quick, just a quick fix. Okay, thanks very much for watching this video. Keep you posted with more updates. Enjoy your day, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.